To all of our local, our regional and our international viewers on Synergy TV, all of our beautiful viewers on the Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, all of our listeners on the new U975 FM Multicultural Radio, a very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa. We continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Budusing Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, but more importantly, absorb the relevant and important information we are about to share with you. You know, I always advise you, I always remind you the importance of having your pen and paper or your phone nearby so you could take notes and important numbers that will be very helpful and instrumental for you and your loved ones. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Akua George, we'd like to wish each and every one of you a fantastic day today. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Friday the 6th of January 2023. I trust all is well, and if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. That's someone special. Let's quickly go to our quote for today. And of course, it's coming to us with the kind compliments of ZMB Communications Limited. And it says, believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any obstacle. My friends, fight the fight. Know that you can do anything you set out to do. And believe and have full faith and trust in yourself. That came to us with the kind compliments of ZMB Communications Limited. Let's say a very good morning, Sitaram, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and a very warm welcome to Master Eric. Happy New Year to you, your hardworking staff.
And I want to say Sitaram, Assalamu Alaikum, Sairam, and good morning everyone. And Happy New Year. And same to you, Zelisa.
Thank
you know, I did see you a little bit over the holidays. And, you know, this year is going to be a very good year. There's going to be a lot of things. There's going to be a lot of changes, not just as our individual level, but it's going to be in a scale, a large scale. And, you know, I want to talk today, after we get through the intros and everything, about change.
Nice. So we'll explore change. But first, let me say good morning to the management and staff of Master Eric. Offices are located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando and LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupea. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Also, a very good morning going out to the management and staff of Powerliner Investment Limited. Now, they are located at 117 Jai Paul Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. So, to the management and staff, God's choicest blessings, a productive, fruitful and great day today. And thank you so much for your sponsorship. I want you to know that your sponsorship is not just here in Trinidad and Tobago, but throughout the world, reaching out and transforming lives, you know, by the content that our distinguished guest today, Master Eric, is going to share with us. So the contact numbers for Powerliner Investment Limited, 6555125, 6550636. Master Eric, welcome back.
Thank you. And so I want to hit on this because what normally happens at New Year? What do people normally try to do after the clock strikes and you see the ball drop in New York and everybody has a good time? But what is it that they normally do? Can you answer that?
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I do. The first thing I do, of course, is thank God.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind. I get a little mushy, a little tear or two, thinking of reflecting, but thanking God for life and what I have, and of course, embracing my child and my parents and the people that are close to me. You know?
But most people, Zelisa, and a lot of people do that, And that's what we're supposed to do. You're supposed to thank God first.
I do.
Because nothing's possible without God. But don't they try to make a New Year's resolution?
A lot of people do it.
Right. They try to say what they want to achieve or what they would like to achieve. But then it's 85% of the people, after they make a resolution, they'll only do it for a short period of time. And they don't go through with it.
How many? Correct.
And what we're going to talk about today is why.
Why?
Right.
Yeah.
Why is there not a permanent change? Why is it that people sometimes don't want to change? You know, so when we look at it, everybody every year, they always want better success. They want more prosperity. They want, maybe if there was family quarrels, arguments, fighting within the family.
Yeah.
They would like to have more peace within the family. I've had a lot of people, Zelisa, come and say they want to get more spiritual this year, which is fantastic. Some people say they're going to work hard to complete their studies. Some people, they come in and say, I want to try to save money. But then they'll come back in the same sentence and say, but you know, I've never been able to. So we have to look at, why do we have two minds about things when we start looking in the future?
What questions do those? Yeah, that's very true that you've said that. Because, and I'm saying we set out to say things for goals, to accomplishments, for growth and things like that. But then, if we do that, why do we question it? You understand?
It's human nature.
Okay.
Now, human nature, remember when we did the program on why sometimes your prayers aren't answered?
Yeah.
And one of the biggies that people didn't understand is when you're praying to God, how can God help you if you have two minds about something? Okay?
And I agree with that.
You need to know.
I agree. If you set out to want to do something or set a goal, you have to do it with conviction.
Correct.
With the thought in your mind that it's going to be possible. Don't question it. Let it be. And that's something over the years I have tried to master for myself. And I would have found that since I've started professing things and saying things that I want, but I say it with an open mind in the sense that it's going to happen, and don't question it and place it before God knowing it's going to happen, it happens.
And
now before it wasn't like that, Before it wasn't like that. I used to question everything. Oh gosh, what if this happened? You know, I've always questioned, but now I don't.
See, what you had the will, you had the drive, you had the determination, right? These are the things that put people on the path of success.
Okay.
Now, when an obstacle comes in your way, that may distract you or may try to slow you down in what you're doing, you're not supposed to try to avoid it. You're supposed to go through it and prove to yourself that whatever you come up against in life, that you are able to get through it.
Great.
And you have to also remember, everybody that's listening, if you go through a slump in life, or you think things are really bad in life, the way the universe is designed, everything in life is temporary. That slump is only going to be there for a certain time.
Agreed.
Now, when you're in a slump, the next secret that you're not supposed to do, never complain. You don't complain. Don't feel sorry for yourself.
Master Eric, complaining, is that a negative energy?
It's negative.
Good.
And what I'm trying to say, all of us, Zelisa, as we grew up, we've made mistakes. We've made not good choices in life. But the thing is not to dwell in it, not complain about it. Don't set in it. Learn from it. And make a change. Change the way your thought pattern is.
Great. So the lesson is go into it wholeheartedly, understanding that despite the storm that you're in, the challenge that you're in, this moment will pass.
It's going to pass.
But what is important is don't evade it. Get into it, jump into it, knowing that you will learn from it. It will make you stronger. It will make you wiser, and it will also take you to a better place.
It will always take you to a better place.
Okay, good.
But if we got time, I don't even know what time it is.
We do.
But what I want people to understand, when you avoid a situation,
right,
and that a situation isn't external, that situation actually is applying to you. You're in something. It's a situation, right? Now, if you do not go through that situation the way the universe is made, do you know that thing will circle right back and get you again? And it keeps coming back and back and back. And then some people say, why does this happen to me all the time?
Yeah.
Because you didn't address it.
You didn't get to the root of it.
You didn't go through it.
Ah.
Okay? That's the way it's designed. So when we come back up to, again, to the New Year's, we make resolutions.
Yeah.
Which is great, people. I love motivation. Something had to motivate you to try to make a decision to better yourself.
Yeah.
But then something comes up and puts you right back. Now, Zelisa, why do you think some people don't like change?
Because I think it's because they are so comfortable.
You're very good.
And I also
Very
think
good.
it's because they don't have the art of seeing beyond. They think within and confined. They don't think outside of the box or think of good because they're just so comfortable. And I also want to say, if that's what makes them happy, then I have no problem with that. If somebody is happy doing what they're doing in that, and we may see it as being confined, but they don't, then I respect that.
No, we respect that.
Yeah.
But if, what I'm saying, if the individual is in a negative position and things are going against them all the time,
right,
there needs to be change.
Of course, they need to
Now,
step up and step out.
Where we make our mistakes sometimes, Zelisa, is, have you heard the old saying, if you want to know who a person is, look who they hang out with.
Show me your friends and I'll tell you who
There
you
you
are.
go.
Birds of a feather will flock together.
Correct.
I could tell you who my friends are, single-handedly.
If that. But what I'm trying to say is, if things aren't going in your life, and some people stay in the rut, what they call a rut,
Yeah.
or a ditch. That's a layman's terms of putting it. And they're trying to climb their way out, but all the walls are muddy and they're just staying down in there. They're trying.
Yeah.
Well, one thing we have to look at, what is their decision-making process? Okay. Number two, besides the decision-making process, what positive people do you have around you?
Agreed.
Some people may try, but then you'll have friends or you'll have maybe family that will say, you can't do that. No, you don't have a college degree.
Everything you do, yeah.
Right? And then some people are jealous because you're trying to move forward.
That's another very big factor that you just spoke about there.
You know.
Let's go to this quick break.
Okay.
I just want to remind you, our program today coming to us with the kind compliments of Master Eric and his staff. His offices are located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando and LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459 and 497-7226. And I want to let you know that the numbers are also at the bottom of your television screen. It's also coming to us with the kind compliments of Powerliner Investment Limited. And they are located at 117 Jaipal Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. Telephone contact 655-5125, 655-0636. All right, let's go to these important messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Master Eric. Continue to stay with us.
Master Eric provides the universal spiritual approach in ancient meditation techniques, chakra alignment and cleansing, home cleansings and exorcisms, treatment and removal of body pains, develop persons' spiritual gifts, and assist couples that cannot conceive, full medical body scans, and these are just a few services that are provided. If you need help, please call or WhatsApp Master Eric at 354-4459. The Untold Truth, every Friday at 6 p.m. The journey has just begun with Master Eric. Zelisa. A new kind of podcast getting to the root of hidden knowledge. You can join us on Facebook, Conversations with Zelisa, TT, and YouTube, Master Eric. Your journey has just begun.
Visit Agri Savers Limited, number 19 Orange Grove Trace, St. Augustine, for all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies, and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074. 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. And let me say again to all of our listeners on the new U975 FM Multicultural Radio, of course to all of our viewers on Synergy TV, and of course all of our dear viewers out of Canada joining us, and I'm speaking in particular Caribbean Showtime Television. Thank you so much for choosing us, for joining us, allowing us to really influence you in a positive way, add value, and to help you make better choices and decisions. Yeah? So of course our program today coming to us with the kind compliments of Powerliner Investment Limited, 117 Jaipal Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. Telephone 655-5125, 655-0636. And of course the offices of Master Eric are located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando, that's down south, and in central LP 78 Monroe Road, Cunupere. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Master, welcome back. Talking about change, which is inevitable.
Actually, the change part will probably come in about 10 minutes. I want to get into why. Why do we hesitate looking forward? Why? What are we afraid of?
Is it of the fear of the unknown?
Well, the basis of every emotional response that your body can give comes from the root of fear. Anxiety, hatred, jealousy. Fear You're one way or another, fear is involved. And we're going to get into that after the next break. But when people try to do things, especially young people nowadays, young people, they go, they try to get an education.
Yeah.
They try to do X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
which is fantastic. I believe in education 100%.
Right.
But where society fails are young people. And where a lot of parents fail in the young people today. They teach us as we go through school, there are limitations. So how many people have you heard and they're told, if you don't have a college degree, you cannot get a good job? Okay, that's a limitation. You could have a limitation on anything in your life. There are boundaries. People set boundaries, even on themselves. But where is it that it tells you, you can't believe in yourself? You should. You should believe in yourself. You should look for positive people to get information, knowledge from. Learn from people that you meet. Take the good from everybody you meet. Bring it into yourself and develop your own style to move forward. But when people say, you can't do this, you don't have a degree, no, you don't have the experience. Let me tell you something. Do you know some of the biggest companies in the world, Zelisa, doesn't have a college degree? What he had, or she, was a dream.
And that drive.
And no
passion.
matter what they did,
exactly.
they succeeded.
Yeah.
And now they're on the Fortune 500 on the stock market.
Correct. You're very correct.
Okay. So every individual out there, whether you're old, young, still in school, or whatever, there is definitely no boundary. There is no limitation on you. If you have a dream and you have that drive, the sky is the limit.
Agree.
We can move forward. But again, we have to put ourselves in a position.
Yeah.
And the position starts with a thought.
I agree.
And that thought starts to become into action.
Yeah.
And then once you start moving, the New Year resolutions you're making, it's going to work.
Yeah.
The jobs you're trying to succeed and try to actually, get or actually move up in life, it's going to work. But when people are told, and you don't, I think what I'm trying to get everybody, in this new year, take an hour tonight before you go to bed, and look at last year. Look at some of the decisions you made last year.
Yeah. This is serious.
And do a self-analysis.
Yeah.
And do a reflection within and say, where could I have done better?
Better. Correct.
Now, all of us is going to we're going to make decisions. That's life. And how, let's say you made a not so good decision. Now, you may ask, why are things happening? Well, we've talked before in the past how the universe works. We have free will of choice.
Yeah.
So once we make a decision, and let's say it's not so good of a decision, right? Do you know that we always put God to work all the time? God can't rest. I think some people think he just sits up there and sleeps and, he listens to our prayers and stuff. But no, he's working all the time. The reason is, once you make a decision, and it's not so good, and it works the same with good.
Yeah.
Now you put him to work. Now everything around you has to be conformed to match the decision you made. That's what gives you the understanding that it was not a good decision. Now, when God watches down, now what he's hoping, you're going to recognize it, and you're going to change your decision. You're going to come back on the path that you're meant to be. So as soon as you do, what does he do now? He got to work now and conform everything around you to fit that decision.
Mm-hmm.
But where people get caught up, Zelisa, they fall into a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reoccurring pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I mean by that, I think it affects women more than men that come to me.
Mm-hmm.
They had this boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had this boyfriend, but this one was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second one was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Now the third one is a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
So when they sat down with me, the first thing I look at, tell me about the first one. What were they like?
Yeah.
What attracted you to them?
Right.
Do you know the second one was the same as the first one? And the third one was the same as the first one?
Right, right.
So evidently, they didn't recognize that it was the selection process that was the problem. It wasn't them as an individual, like people would hate you.
Yeah.
What it was, what drew them to them people, they need to tweak. So again, why do people resist change? Because of fear. Sometimes people don't, what'll really get you going, Zelisa. Do you know some people, a small percentage in the world, will resist change for the good because they believe that once you get something good, something's going to happen. So they stay right where they are, like you said at the beginning, and they're complacent in where they're at. It's comfortable. It's what they know. But then, on the other hand, God opens doors in your life. And it's time periods that they open. So I always tell young people, when an opportunity knocks at your door, don't just shut the door. Find somebody to consult with. Analyze it. Look at it. What are the pros and cons? And we help the young people to make a decision.
Yeah.
But a lot of people hesitate. Why? The unknown.
Yeah. And I'd also like to say, I think it's important that when we consult or when we choose to consult, and it's important,
Yes.
I wanna agree with you there. It is important to discuss and consult. But when you choose the person that you're going to consult with, make sure that that person is someone, number one, you could trust, and number two, someone that will be objective and not tell you what you want to hear, but rather what you need to hear.
You got to hear the
what
truth.
is important. You're very correct. And that is what is also important, because many times there are people who trust or think they trust someone to consult with, and that person will not give them insight but rather misguide them. And so that decision becomes a wrong one.
So, now,
because there are people who can influence you in a positive way
or a
and
negative.
people who can influence you in a negative way. And that's a fact.
Zelisa, I'm not just talking about Trinidad. This happens all over the world.
The world!
Some people will come in, they talk, because remember, we do counseling also. So when they come and we start talking about this, I'll say, but who advised you? I don't need to know a name, but, you know, are they a psychologist?
Right.
Or are they a counselor? Are they a doctor?
Somebody who
or
is
what?
certified.
They said, well, no, I heard it from my friends in the rum shop.
Yeah. Please.
Rum shop lawyers.
Please.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. You have to be selective.
You do.
You have to be selective in who you're looking for information from.
Master Eric, which brings us back to the very first point that you raised. Show me your friends,
Exactly.
and I'll tell you who you are. Because your friends can make you or break you. That's a fact at the end of the day. This is the program Conversations with Zelisa. We are broadcasting, of course, via Synergy TV, a Caribbean Showtime television, and the new U975 FM multicultural radio. Our program this morning coming to us with the kind compliments of the offices of Master Eric. They are located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando and LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere. Telephone contact numbers are 354-4459, 497-7226. Also, it's coming with the kind compliments of Powerliner Investment Limited. They are located 117 Jai Paul Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. This is South Trinidad. Telephone contact numbers are 655-5125, 655-0636. Let's go to these messages. When we return, we continue our conversation with Master Eric. Stay with us.
Master Eric provides the universal spiritual approach in ancient meditation techniques, chakra alignment and cleansing, home cleansings and exorcisms, treatment and removal of body pains, develop persons' spiritual gifts, and assist couples that cannot conceive, full medical body scans, and these are just a few services that are provided. If you need help, please call or WhatsApp Master Eric at 354-4459. The Untold Truth, every Friday at 6 p.m. The journey has just begun with Master Eric. Zelisa. A new kind of podcast getting to the root of hidden knowledge. You can join us on Facebook, Conversations with Zelisa, TT, and YouTube, Master Eric. Your journey has just begun.
Welcome to the Antediluvian Nature Center of Life Extension and Health Recovery. Coming from the Garden of Eden, the Antediluvian Nature Center brings to you breakthrough medicines and anti-aging technologies for all ailments and diseases in the body, nutritional therapies, naturopathic treatments, as we create opportunities of hope and celebrate longevity. And remember, the healing is from God.
St. Augustine. For all your agriculture, livestock, pet, agri-equipment, hydroponics, cannabis, fishing tackle supplies, and much more. Open Monday to Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Contact 473-6074, 663-1094. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Conversations with Zelisa. We continue to inform, educate, empower, and answer those unanswered questions. You know, if you may have any questions or any concerns, you can send me a WhatsApp at 384-7142. That's 384-7142. And I'll be happy to read your concern to Master Eric and we can discuss it. Be part of the conversation. So to all of our viewers on Synergy TV, all of our viewers on Caribbean Showtime television in Canada, and of course the new U975 FM multicultural radio, thanks again for choosing us. Our program coming to us with the kind compliments of Master Eric. His offices are located Palmis Park in San Fernando, opposite Palmis Park, and LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere. Telephone 354-4459, 497-7226. It's also coming with the kind compliments of Powerliner Investment Limited, 117 Jai Paul Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. Telephone 655-5125, 655-0636. Welcome back, Master Eric.
Thank you. And before we start, I just want to say tonight, the Untold Truth podcast is going on tonight. If you want to be in the live audience, it's free, you don't have to pay. Just be at the Monroe Road office location no later than 5:30 tonight.
And just a gentle reminder, that location is at LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupere, all right?
And you'll be able to sit in the audience and you'll be able to voice your questions over the microphone. And everything's being aired. If you're TV shy, the only thing in the audience is going to be your voice. So a lot of people, I don't know why, but they're scared of TV.
I don't know.
Fear again.
Fear. Okay, good morning to you, Zelisa, and to Master Eric. I want to wish you both a happy, healthy, and blessed new year. Continue the good work you all are doing. This is coming from Alvin.
Oh, wow,
Alvin.
thank you.
God's choicest blessings and happy new year to you and yours. And all the best, and thanks for viewing, and thanks for your lovely message as well.
You know, so Zelisa, I want to start looking at, why do we have fear? Why can we not just be ourselves? Why do we have to try to be someone that we're really not meant to be? This is what changes your whole cycle. Some people, they're one way at home. And I've talked about it in other shows. And as soon as they leave, they're going to work. So now they leave their home hat home. They're wearing a work hat. Then, when they go into a meeting or a function, now they're putting on a different hat. Your personality is changing all the way through. Okay? And then some people wear like 7 hats a day. Okay? Now, when that happens, you start losing the real you.
You know, Master Eric, I'm happy that you've raised that point, because a lot of women in particular would either send me messages or call me, and this is mostly via radio, I would say. You know, with regards to their loved ones, in particular their husbands, would be so much nicer to other people, so much kinder,
and not them,
so courteous, and will not show them or simply say, hey, can I get you something to drink? Or how are you today? Or even the tone in which they speak to them is so not nice, as opposed to how they treat other people, how they speak to other people, you know. So that in itself shows that that's a different hat that they're wearing. That's a different personality.
Exactly.
And for the life of me, I cannot understand, if you could be nice to a stranger, why can't you be nice or even nicer to the hand that's feeding you, the woman that's cooking your food, that's washing your clothes,
True.
that's taking care of your children, that's making your bed, that's really taking care of you, and you can't be nice to her?
Well,
That's not nice.
do you know what it's called? Image. People love to project that they're this type of person.
Yeah.
That they can do this and do that. Sometimes when you go into business meetings, you know, when I travel and I meet the prime ministers of other countries, I dress just like this.
Yeah.
Because a suit doesn't make you a better person. You got to be yourself. And they dress casual too, and we sit down and talk. What I'm trying to say, a Rolex doesn't make you. A house, a car. My dad always had a saying, but I'm not going to say the saying on TV because he used a very different analogy. But more or less, that plant right there is Zelisa. That plant's there. You could put lights all over it. You could decorate it. You can make it look so beautiful. But underneath, it's still that same plant.
It's still that plant. I like that.
You need to actually be yourself 24/7, no matter what environment you're in. If people don't like you for who you truly are, and you're doing the right thing, then they shouldn't be around you. People, you need to keep positive people around you. The people that will say, you want to do this? I will help you. Or I know a person that knows this. You could ask all your questions you want and he won't charge you. Be looking for that opportunity. Nothing in this life can hold you back. Once you put your mind to something, your heart, mind, and soul, and you also have God in the picture, you're unstoppable. But then the next thing that comes up, Zelisa, that just brings people down. Ego. Pride. It's such a turnoff.
Yeah.
Everything is I.
Oh my God, you're preaching this morning.
You know.
Oh my.
Right. And there is no my. See, this is what people don't understand. You'll have people in the world, they're fighting over land.
Yeah.
They're fighting over that.
Yeah.
Technically, that's not their land. That land was here when the dinosaurs was here. Okay, and then, God
it's
forbid,
still going to be there when you
everybody's
got to
gone.
go to the great beyond.
So who owns it then?
Huh.
So that land is not them. What we have to worry about, everyone, is we have to look within ourselves and say, how can we become better persons in the world? How can we also, at the same time, how can we help other people?
Yeah.
And I want you to understand, the me, and mine, once you start giving what you can,
Yeah.
I'm saying what you can,
Yeah.
you're going to see more comes back to you. You're going to see that you start becoming more fulfilled within. Like when we did the Christmas drive.
Yeah.
All your staff and everybody, it was hot.
It was.
And it was exhausting. But the look on the little children's face is what gave that drive.
It's true.
Okay? So start doing that. Start saying, I have no boundaries. I will not be held down by limitations governed by society.
Yeah.
If I don't have a college degree, there might be a real good reason why you don't.
You might
And
you might have a very good trade, and you take that trade to heart and put it to a gift from God that you know, creative. Do you know you could become a billionaire?
Yeah, but Zelisa, the road to success is 90% common sense.
But we both know that's not very common.
So, but what I'm trying to say, you could be book smart,
Yes.
but you may not have no common sense.
Right.
Okay? So, if you do not, it may have been that you never had the opportunity to go to college. Your family may not have had the money to send you to college. That doesn't make you a lower individual.
No.
Have a dream. Stay with the dream. Analyze the dream. Write the pros and cons of the dream. Because let me tell you, this year, people, anybody will tell you that's spiritual. This is going to be a good year. So if you are in a place in your life now where you think you've hit rock bottom, guess what? When you hit the bottom, what normally happens? You have to bounce back up.
Yeah.
It's just you have to understand, was it conditions around you?
Yeah.
If it was, how did you get in the position
That you
of those
are.
conditions?
And I also think it is important that you recognize that when you do hit rock bottom, I've hit rock bottom many times and I'm not afraid to say that. But what is important is that you need to recognize that you are the only one responsible for staying there or moving away from there.
Correct.
You are in control. Of course, with God, all things are possible. With that being said, just reminding you our program today coming to us with the kind compliments of Master Eric. Offices are located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando and LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunapare. Telephone contact 354-4459, 497-7226. and Powerliner Investment Limited, 117 Jaipal Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. Telephone 655-5125, 655-0636. Let's go to these messages.
Master Eric provides the universal spiritual approach in ancient meditation techniques, chakra alignment and cleansing, home cleansings and exorcisms, treatment and removal of body pains, develop persons' spiritual gifts, and assist couples that cannot conceive, full medical body scans, and these are just a few services that are provided. If you need help, please call or WhatsApp Master Eric at 354-4459. The Untold Truth, every Friday at 6 p.m. The journey has just begun with Master Eric. Zelisa. A new kind of podcast getting to the root of hidden knowledge. You can join us on Facebook, Conversations with Zelisa, TT, and YouTube, Master Eric. Your journey has just begun.
Macon Construction Company Limited, a proud member of Macon Group of Companies. Here at Macon Construction Company Limited, we provide a list of consolidated services to our clients such as consultancy, land sourcing, costing, assistance with financing, legal assistance and conveyance, engineering and architectural drawing approvals, project analysis and simulation. Macon Exhibition Center, guaranteed timely construction and completion within a budget. For more information, call us at 662-6601. Macon Construction Company, building green today with tomorrow's technology.
Welcome back to the program Conversations with Zelisa. To all of our viewers on Synergy TV, all of our viewers in the Caribbean, Showtime Television in Canada, those of you on Facebook and YouTube, as well as all of our listeners on the new U975 FM Multicultural Radio. Thanks for choosing us. In conversation with Master Eric, and his offices are located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando, LP 78 Monroe Road in Punapir. Telephone 354-4459, 497-7226. It's also coming to us with the kind compliments of Powerliner Investment Limited, 117 Jaipal Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. Telephone 655-5125, 655-0636. Welcome back, Master.
Thank you. You know, what I want people to think, I know there's a lot of people watching today, there's a lot of people listening today, and especially in Canada, in the Caribbean. I want you to think, this past year, when you made decisions, and those decisions sometimes turned out not good. I want you to think back. Did you make your decision based on emotion? Or did you listen to what they call your intuition?
That discerning spirit.
Correct, which is God trying to guide you. But we're trained that we are destined, we're in charge of our own life.
Yeah.
That's not true. We are to a certain extent, but God also plays a part in this.
Major role.
And this is where we have to start listening within ourselves. So how many people of you got the feeling you shouldn't do it? Well, when you start learning about spirituality, you have the superconsciousness, which is your soul, which resides within you. It's trying to guide you. It gives you that feeling because your soul's connected to God, right? Now, it's telling you, oh God, please don't do this. But constantly, every day, all day, the superconsciousness of you is at war with your physical mind. Because your physical mind has limitations. It has boundaries. And these limitations, and when you get angry, why do you get angry? Because somebody stepped into your space.
Yeah.
Somebody has come to you. Why do you get upset? Fear. The reason the fear is, you violated my space. Okay? So when we start looking at decision making, you have to listen within. And those of you that said, okay, yeah, sometimes I didn't. When you didn't listen, how did it turn out? 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be good. It's not what you expected it to be. You know, so all I'm saying, try to listen. Some call it intuition, some call it a gut feeling. Let it guide you. Now, when you start moving down the road, I want you to understand that we will, at certain times in our life, and some people have it more than others, you will be tested. God puts us in test to see how we're going to respond to a situation. Are we going to do what's right, or are we going to do what everybody else is doing? And a lot of people base their decisions, Zelisa, on peer pressure, society.
Yeah.
And it strings you away from your morals, your ethics, the way you were raised, right? All I'm saying, be who you were meant to be. Don't deviate, because what you're doing, you're trying to bring yourself on the path of someone else.
Yeah.
Their path is going to be different from yours. What is predestined for you before you were born is meant for you.
Yeah.
Not for the person that you know or see or want to be like. Why do you want to be like someone? Why don't you just become who you're supposed to be and be unique? Be special.
Nice.
Every one of you that has been born on this earth is special. You have your road to follow. You have your mission in life.
Correct.
And once we start deviating from that, then how are you even going to find your purpose? What is your true purpose in this life? What is it that we're supposed to achieve if we're trying to be like someone else?
So correct.
You know, people, life is simple. Life is actually simple.
It is.
It's us who makes it difficult.
Agree.
By what we want in life, what we think we need in life, what we think we need to, have, materialistic.
Yeah.
Because the more materialistic things you have, Zelisa, the more bills you have.
Correct.
You know?
Very true.
And so this is why I'm saying, just be you, everyone. Every one of you are special. There is nothing that you cannot achieve. If you are in a position, this week, a woman came in and she's being battered,
Yeah.
right? And it happens both ways.
Yeah.
But after counseling,
Yeah.
she made the move.
Good.
And now she's happy. What I showed her was, sometimes people in life love to try to control you. They try to keep you down.
Correct.
They try to beat you down emotionally to where you feel like there is no light at the end of the tunnel. She found the light.
You know, Master Eric, what I notice as well is that a lot of people do not know, and I'll say this clearly, do not know how to love themselves. They do not know how to take care of themselves, how to love you. You love everyone else. You go out and live for everyone else.
And help everybody else.
Yes, but you do not love you. And I always say this, if you cannot love you, you really genuinely cannot love anybody else. And I think this year, some of the changes that some people need to make is learn to love you. Learn to love yourself.
That's true.
Take care of yourself.
But on the other hand, Zelisa, does society teach that?
They don't.
Exactly.
They don't.
This is what I'm saying. Society. Now, here's where relationships make their mistake.
Yeah.
Just what you brought up is so important. Before you go into a relationship, people, you need to love yourself.
Yeah.
Where people make their mistakes, Lisa, they think they have to have somebody to make them happy.
Happy. Oh my God.
Now,
this is the truth.
When, for a short time, that might work. But what happens if that person stops making you happy? Now, on the other hand, is that fair for that person?
Or what happens?
That's a lot of weight.
Or what happens if that person, God forbid, should pass?
There you go.
Something for you to think about.
See, I want you to understand, everyone. Gold is great. Diamonds is great. Having a huge house is great. Having everything that you could even think of might make you think it's great. But 9 times out of 10, for you to achieve that, you have lost valuable time. Quality time with your children. Your wife. I've had billionaires cry because they're dying. And all they thought about was money, 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 money.
You're correct.
But never had time for their children. And time is the most precious thing we have in life.
You've raised such an important point,
You know,
because at the end days or at the end times, who are the ones that are going to be there to
Them.
hold their hands? They're not going to have their loved ones that they thought they would, because
No.
they did not invest their time. They did not prioritize.
And
You're so correct.
And let me tell you something. That's why we're coming out with a movie. Hopefully by next month it's going to come out. And we did a topic on it, but I didn't go too in depth. Why is death our best teacher? And that's going to be a movie.
Oh boy, looking forward
Okay.
to this already.
Because you'll understand, God forbid that day comes with anybody that's listening or watching. But when that day does come, because it's going to come, sooner or later, all of us is going to come to that
Yeah.
point.
We've got to wrap things up.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Let me thank you kindly, and we look forward to you joining us next week. You always are so helpful into getting not just the message, but into our souls. And I just trust and hope that you would abstract what we would have spoken to you about today and apply it to your life and put some thought into the changes you're going to make for this new year, 2023. Much thanks to you and your staff, of course, located opposite Palmis Park in San Fernando and LP 78 Monroe Road in Cunupare. Much thanks also going out to Powerliner Investment Limited, 117 Jaipur Singh Road, Lengua Village in Barrackpore. And of course, to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, we thank you kindly. Here's reminding you that with God, all things are possible. Thanks for choosing us. I am Zelisa Budusing Rupani.